Hello and a warm welcome. I am Adnan Ladji representing Team 3 and my teammates are Vishwanath Kamar, Prajwal Vakund, Yogesh Ryan Godra under the guidance of Miss Radhika Amashi. So our project title is Table Tennis Ball Launcher.
The problem of a need statement is defined as construct a design for ball launcher which is portable, semi-automatic, compact, lightweight and user-friendly. It should be within the budget of rupees 4000. The container holding about 20 balls which can launch a minimum of 5 balls per minute continuously for 3 hours. It should launch the ball with different angles according to the user. It should cover required distances. It should be able to shuffle the balls. It should alert when the ball is being launched and alert even when the container of balls is empty. Our ball launching machine is further divided into 4 units: storing unit, sensing unit, launching unit and indication unit. The sub-functions of these units are shuffling the balls, holding the balls, selecting the balls, storing the balls, rejecting the unwanted balls, sense the ball, sense obstacle, sense the empty container, launching ball at different angles, indicating the empty container, indicating of obstacle, and whether the machine is turned on or off. Now the subsystems identified are storing unit, sensing unit, indicating unit and launching unit. These are the concepts generated individually by our team members, where concept 1 is based on the rack and pinion mechanism, concept 2 is based on the application of DC motor, concept 3 is based on spring mechanism and concept 4 is based on the air compression mechanism.
Using the concept of puck chart and scores calculated by it, we have concluded that concept 2 is a perfect concept for a model wherein two adjacent DC motors rotating in opposite direction are used. This is the 3D model of the entire system. It consists of 4 units: storing unit, sensing unit, launching unit and indicating unit. Storing unit is basically the container in which a DC motor is fixed at the bottom, above which a plate called segregating plate is placed. Sensing unit is a pair of IR sensors. Launching unit is a pair of DC motors rotating in opposite direction. Indicating unit consists of two LEDs, one to indicate the presence of balls in the container and another to indicate if any obstacle is there in front of the machine. Once the machine is turned on, the DC motor in the container starts and it segregates the unwanted balls from the container and removes out of the machine through the pipe joined at the side of the machine. Now the balls passes through the pipe where two DC motors placed adjacent will give motion to the ball. Next, the servo motor changes the angle of the launching according to the user. If the balls gets empty, the LED will give indication. Similarly, if there are any obstacles, the sensor will sense and indication is given through the LED.
This is the circuit diagram of the entire system, which consists of 3 DC motors, one for shuffling and 2 for launching, 2 air sensors, one to sense the presence of the ball and another to sense the presence of obstacle. The 2 LEDs, one LED for indication of the presence of ball in container and another for the presence of obstacle in front of the machine, and it also consists of a servo motor which is used to change the angle of the launching. So the flowchart of the entire system is: first the machine will be turned on and the air sensor will sense the presence of the ball. If there are no balls in the container, then the machine will stop working. If there are balls, then the unwanted balls are removed and the angle will be given to the servo motor through angular knob, and further the air sensor will sense the presence of any obstacles in front of the launching. If the obstacles are sensed, then the machine will stop working. If there are no obstacles, Then the DC motor will be turned on and the ball will be launched, and this will continue until the obstacles are sensed. The bill of materials required for the entire system is DC motor for launching and shuffling, servo motor for changing the angle of the pipe for the transferring of balls, acrylic sheet for the base of container, foam sheet for the base of the entire system, air sensors for sensing, LEDs for indication, microcontroller, container for holding the balls, motor drive, balls of different sizes, cardboards, nuts and bolts, and battery for power supply. The motor sizing and battery sizing of the entire system is done as follows. The battery size required for the entire system is found to be 3.6 ampere hours, whereas the torque required for the entire system is found to be 1.25 kg centimeter. The functional specifications of the entire system is air sensors for sensing the presence of balls as well as the obstacles in front of the launching, DC motors for shuffling the balls, DC motors for launching the ball, servo motor to change the direction of the launching of the ball.
This is the circuit of our ball launching machine. Our ball launching machine mainly consists of servo motor, potentiometer, Arduino, breadboard, 3 DC motors, 2 LEDs, 2 air sensor, 3 relays, and a battery. Here, the first DC motor is used for shuffling the balls present in the container, and second, these 2 DC motors are used for launching the ball. In the launching motors, the left one will rotate in anti-clockwise direction and the right one will rotate in clockwise direction so that the ball will be launched. And here, the air sensors are used for sensing and the LEDs are used for indication. And the direction of our ball launching machine will be controlled with the help of potentiometer and servo motor. And here in the IR sensor, the first IR sensor is used to sense the obstacle. So if there is any obstacle in front of our ball launching machine, it will be sensed through this IR sensor and it will turn off this LED and the launching part. And if there is no obstacle in front of our ball launching machine, it will turn on this LED and it will turn on the launching part. And the second IR sensor. So second IR sensor is used to sense the balls present in the container. If the balls are empty in the container, it will turn off this LED and it will also turn off the shuffling motor so that the balls are not sent for launching. And if the balls are present in the container, it will turn on the LED and even the shuffling part. Now about the control and direction. The direction of our ball launching machine will be controlled with the help of potentiometer and servo motor. Now start the simulation. So when I start simulation, you can see that the direction is turned towards 90 degree. And when I turn the potentiometer to 0 volt, it will turn towards 75 degree. And when I turn the potentiometer to 5 volt, the direction will turn towards 150 degree. So this is how the direction is controlled. Now about the shuffling and launching part. So here it is asking us to enter some values and the IR sensor will be taking -1 as the default value. So if we do not enter any value, it will take -1 as its input. And if we enter some positive value, then it will interrupt the IR sensor and it will also interrupt the circuit. So when I enter some positive value for shuffling and launching, so when I enter some positive value for shuffling and launching, you can see here that both the shuffling and launching are off, turned off, even the LED and both shuffling and launching part. And if I enter the default, let the default values to enter, it will turn on both the launching and shuffling part. You can see here that the shuffling is taking place and even the launching. Here in the launching part, you can see that the left part motor is rotating in anti-clockwise direction and the right side motor is rotating in clockwise direction. And if I enter some positive value for shuffling, and let the default values for launching, it will turn off the shuffling part. You can see here the shuffling motor is off and even the LED which is used to indicate is also off. And if I enter positive value for launching, you can see here that the launching part is off but the shuffling is taking place. And if I enter both the positive value, for shuffling and launching, the positive values, so if I enter both the values as positive, you can see that both the shuffling and launching are off. And if I let both the values to be default, means -1, it will turn on both the shuffling and launching part. So this is how our ball launching machine works.